Hi everybody. With the end of My Hero Academia, I think it's about time we look through all the story arcs and organize them into a tier list. Starting off with the entrance exam arc. Amazing beginnings for the anime with season 1. Almost everybody I know gets dragged right into the series from the very get-go. This is an amazing start as one of the best starting arcs I think a shonen can really have. But definitely not reaching S tier. It's not legendary, I'd say. Bleach, for example, is very iconic with its starting moment. The whole quirk apprehension arc, testing their strengths and seeing where they fit, it also deserves A tier. it's all my hero is not to be looked down upon. Its starting arcs are very strong. Same with Battle Trial, for example. I can't say it's a bad arc by anything. It was entertaining through it the whole way through, and we gained a lot through it as well. So I put it in B. It was more satisfying. I'd rate it as A, but I think a top B fits really well here. Now the USJ arc, I wasn't the biggest fan of this arc, other than the amazing anime moments in it, especially nearing the end with All Might. But when you take the arc all by itself, you could really change a lot about it, and you'd still have the same kind of formula of what happened here. The UA Sports Festival arc was legendary. For many people I know, they respect this arc as one of the GOATs. And right after that, we have the Hero Killer Stain, one of the best villains in all of My Hero Academia. Deserves its right on the A tier spot. I wouldn't put Stain as an S tier villain, though there was a big battle of philosophy. I can only respect it so much as A tier. Below both the entrance exam and I'll put it above the quirk apprehension arc. Now, I actually loved the final exam arc. I thought it was lots of fun. Being able to see both Deku and Bakugo go against their hero, I think was amazing. And a lot of other heroes had great moments and build throughout that entire arc. But was it that big of a spectacle for me? I'd say no. I'd honestly give it the top of B tier. I value the spectacle of Shonen a lot. As much as I love this arc, I can only put it so high on my list. And I think these arcs up here have higher peaks and more often peaks than this one. Though I do think it's a big step up from the USJ arc. The Forest Training Camp arc, I might even say the same. The more I think about it, this arc had a lot of good things going for it. We got to see I love a good training arc, I do. since my good Naruto days, right? I love seeing the whole class get stronger is a good feeling. And seeing them go up against the villains again and seeing them even much more stronger. Wow, it was a great spectacle with amazing consequences at the end with Bakugo losing and Deku sustaining permanent damage. Even if he had with a huge moment to debut, I think we give this a bottom of A tier. I'm very happy with this arc. I don't know, I may move it to B as we go on. But we get to, I think this is an easy S tier right here. We get to see the final battle between All Might, one for all and all for one. The easy S tier. I don't think I have to talk too much about this arc. This arc says a lot for itself. We able to see the final villain go against one of the strongest heroes to this date. I think we all look back on season 3 and we smile when we come to the end of it and we get to watch and go through this arc again. The final battle, I've replayed in my head a million times. I could do it again. In fact, I could rewatch the final battle a million times. This is legendary right here. This is perfect S tier. The Provisional Hero License Exam arc is a really fun free-for-all fight with a lot of the heroes in My Hero Academia. But on a tier list, I don't know where I'd quite put it. Yes, we get both Deku and Kachan fighting again. and honestly one of the best fights in all of My Hero Academia. With that alone, I'm tempted to put it in A tier. And with all the new characters we get, you know what? I think I'll put it right above the Forest Training Camp arc. I actually like this whole section of the manga a little nicer. One of the best fights in all of My Hero period. And we get to see all our heroes not only develop, entertain new characters, see some new villains. This is a great setup arc. I think it kind of fills its job pretty perfectly. I'm tempted to put it at the bottom, but I think it slightly beats out the Forest Trading Camp. But both had amazing qualities and amazing spectacles. But I think the spectacles and development that we got from this arc is just a little nicer and a little more satisfying. Both A tier. Now the Shay Hazakai arc. I probably butchered that horribly, but this is where my friend stopped watching the anime. And this is where I know a few people critique a lot of the anime too, where it slows down or people don't like the story or where the direction is going. The arc had a lot of pacing problems for people. And I think a lot of people have critiques about it. Though it may have some of the best characters, some amazing moments, some interesting villains, I think it actually kicks out Camp Training arc to B tier. In fact, I'll keep the final exam a little higher than it. Remedale course, I didn't like it in the manga when I was reading weekly, but that's just pros, that's just objection, right? Sometimes you're not going to like the weekly chapters. I'll put it at bottom of the B. I don't think it's as bad as the USJ arc. In fact, I think it has a lot of things going for it. I love the idea of seeing our characters grow, but it wasn't as big of a spectacle for me. And now the UA School Festival arc. I actually loved this arc. And the manga was amazing. Some people in the anime really had problems with it, especially with the music performance and a lot of the pacing going towards school. But in the manga, it was fine. The stakes are a little lower, but I feel like they really start to come up later in the arc. I feel like we have a better villain than Overhaul over here, actually. I actually like Gento a lot for some reason. I don't know, I just connect to him more. Maybe it's the positive side of me. I think they're a great show. I'll put them in B tier, because I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I'll definitely move it a little higher. Okay, I've reworked the list a little bit. Here. I'll keep it in B tier. A little above the Remedale course. Yes, it's not amazing, but I can definitely respect the arc a lot. But I gotta give the spectacles to Battle Trial and Training Camp, as they were pretty huge arcs with some amazing fights in there. And as a Shonen fanatic as I am, I cannot deny I love a great fight. Then we get to the Pro Hero arc. Wow, this arc was only 4 episodes long, introducing the number 2 hero Hawks and Endeavor's fight against. It was a really powerful move that he was against. I think bottom of B here fits really well. This Endeavor's fight only mattered so much, but it was. Well, the anime really took it above and beyond. Because of that, I'll put it right above the UA School Festival. A close call. Now the joint training arc, I wasn't a big fan of it in the manga, but I have to admit it had some great fights to it, and being able to explore Deku's new quirk is a great idea. But it really slowed down the pacing of the whole story. I don't think a lot of it was necessary. I didn't actually even watch the anime on it after reading the manga.
The symbol of peace is gone!
And I also heard some of my friends making a lot of memes over the arc as well. I can't say it's D tier because I did find it entertaining, right? I found it entertaining the whole way through. Even if I have some critiques or gripes about it, I think bottom of C tier fits fine for that arc. Now the Metal Liberation Army arc. also known as the My Villain Academia arc. One of the best arcs in all of My Hero Academia here. People have talked about this arc forever. People are waiting for this to be animated forever. Being able to learn all of Shigaraki's backstory, seeing how dark My Hero could really get. Just with Twice being one of the best characters in this show, I gotta give this A tier. Even above Mr. Overhaul here. I think the My Villain Liberation arc is really strong, especially in the manga. Wow. In fact, from a pure story perspective, I'll even put over the pro year license exam. The Endeavor Agency arc, I honestly thought was fun. I don't think it's an amazing arc by any means. I don't think it's S tier. I don't think it's A tier. But personally, I really enjoyed it so much. And now the Paranormal Liberation War arc. This was crazy in the manga. Reading every single week, something more insane would happen chapter by chapter. People were on edge of their seats waiting to see what would happen. Especially when the old man got stabbed, or when Bakugo got thrown down, or when Deku was getting his hell beat through. Yeah, no, this, for me personally, this is an S tier arc. I haven't actually got to the anime of it, but I hear a lot of people saying good things about it as well. So I can only hope that people share my same feelings towards this being one of the best here. The Dark Hero arc, My Hero Vigilante, was really fun. Being able to see Deku go to like the evil side for a bit. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of it. Some people think maybe it was too forced, but just reading it, I enjoyed it. I love the story. I love the art change. I love the final fight at the end with the whole class trying to take Deku back and trying to save him. The arc is very enjoyable from start to finish. I'd even put this over Mr. Overhaul again. You know, I was looking back to see why the Pro Hero license exam arc was this high on the list, and then I realized that Deku vs. Kacchan 2 happened there, and I was like, okay, well, I can't move it now. Is this too good? But either way, we go on to Star and Strife. Now, some people did not like the way this arc went. Some people were not expecting the direction this was going to go. Some people don't like that Shigaraki won. But sometimes them's the apples. You gotta set up the villain by taking out someone important. And I guess this was the sacrificial lamb of the series, this girl right here. But, oh well. Still an amazing character, an amazing battle. I wish we got to see more of her. What an amazing character she was. Because of the new character and how cool Star and Strife was, I will put her above Endeavor. The next is the UA Trader arc. This is the preparation for the final arc. There is a traitor amongst the UA, but has always been there amongst All For One's control. Now, I wasn't really a big fan of this reveal. There was no really spectacle. You know, this might be the first D tier arc I put, just personally, because I'm not a big fan of the character. But I gotta give him a little respect for the story. Even if I wasn't a big fan of the character, there being a traitor in all of UA makes sense. And seeing how that was solved was pretty cool, and how they turned that on All For One's head. And now we have the final war arc, easy S tier. In fact, put it over the Liberation War, over the Hideout Raid. In fact, I'll put the Liberation War over the Hideout Raid. Hideout Raid was good, don't get me wrong, it's S tier, I can only give it so much. And finally, I think I'll put the Paranormal War ahead of the Sports Festival. Though maybe some people's most favorite arcs. In the manga, this was my favorite arc. I cannot, reading this part, I didn't know who was going to live or die in this mid-season kind of finale we had going on here. Overall, I'd say My Hero is a clear A tier of anime and shonen. It definitely has a lot of criticisms, but so does every show. This will be a story manga that we will remember for ages to come, especially many moments of the anime we will never be able to forget. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And please, tell me your favorite arc in the comments below. Or your favorite shonen that you would like me to check out next. Or any manga series. Until then, have a good time.